It's a little league type play that we saw in Major League Baseball in Philadelphia. Marco Scutaro making a great play. We're going to show you how it happened. It's not something you ever see in the bigs. Fernando Vina playing second base. I'm pitching. I just issued a walk to Marco Scutaro, currently being played by EY. How did this happen, EY?
Well, it was a good play offensively, a bad play defensively. Based on the advanced scouting report, Marco Scutaro knew once he got the walk that he had a good chance to steal second base because the infielders of the Phillies have their head down after a walk. So once he took his first couple steps, he glanced up and he realized they were back. So he didn't want to tip them off or anything, so he started jogging down. Then he took a second look, 3/4 down the line. He realized they was in the same position. Once he hit first base, he knew he had a great shot to steal second base, but it was based on the fact that the pitcher had to have his back turned and head down, which he did have. Then he knew he could take off the second base and steal a base. That was an all-star heads-up play by Marco Scutaro. What happened defensively, Fernando?
Big-time play. When the pitcher turned his back to Scutaro, the first thing the middle infielder, J. Rowe or Chase Utley, somebody has to pinch second base and cover up behind the pitcher because that catcher's going to throw the pitcher, and if it's overthrown, somebody has to be there. That was the first mistake. Nobody was there. The second mistake was both guys had their head down. They were looking down, thinking about their next at-bat. They didn't have their head up and on a swivel. And if your head's up and on a swivel, Scutaro would have seen that, and that play would have never even happened. So that was the first thing. Great play by Marco Scutaro to have the guts to make that play and to make it.
So let's look now, guys, exactly what happened in Philadelphia this afternoon.
Great job by the Toronto Blue Jays advanced scouting department. Realizing that right here the Phillies have a tendency to put their head down, so he picked that up. Now he's thinking, I can steal second base. They're not paying attention to me. So he gives a second glance to confirm, to reassure that he can get that back. Now he needed the third factor, the pitcher, who wasn't paying attention, who had the ball. He knew at that particular moment, I can steal this base. That right there takes a lot of guts, as Fernando mentioned, and that's what he did.
So that's the Marco Scutaro ISO there. Let's see the Phillies defense.
And you look right now, you look at the pitcher. His back is turned to Marco Scutaro. He sees that right then and there. He caught that. He sees it. He's going to take off. He knows at this point he can beat Chase Utley or J. Rowe to second base. The biggest thing with Chase Utley, he was standing straight up. The hardest thing to do is get back into an athletic position and run. So he knew he could beat him there to second base, and that's what he did, which is a tremendous piece of base running.
It ends up the 7th stolen base of the year for Marco Scutaro, by far the most interesting, and it's what our own Buck Showalter would call, guys, a Phillies team error.